opportunity once again and to answer some questions from my when it comes to the integrated business principles. So for today, just want to clarify some few questions that was asked by some of my students, in this integrated business principles. All right, and I think we have the first question.
The first question is how to identify the right segment.
Wow, how to identify the right segment? Okay, first of which, you have to understand what your product is. Okay, now the best thing that we can do in here is that first to identify which market would you like to serve. Okay, now after identifying which market would you like to serve, you have now to identify what's the problem of this market. What is the reason for this is to make sure that the segment that you are trying to serve is definitely the right one. Okay, so identifying the right segment of the market is like identifying which market would you like to serve. Ano ba talaga yung market na gusto mong pagbentahan? Sino ba talaga ang gusto mong pag-opera ng produkto mo? Okay? Because the moment you do that, you are heading to identifying the right segment. Let's say, for example, I want to serve the market between 10 to 25 years old. 10 to 25 years old. So now you are doing the demographic aspect of segmenting the market. Alright? So if the 10 to 25 years old is the one that you would like to serve, the next thing that you have to do then is, what do they need? If you were able to understand the customer value proposition. What is this customer value proposition? The customer value proposition is identifying an opportunity that really fits into a particular market. Okay? So, you have to identify first so that you can get the right segment. You have to identify which segment would you like to serve. Saan mo ba gustong magbenta? Saan mo ba sino ba ang gusto mong pagsilbihan? Let me say it that way. Sino ang gusto nyong pagsilbihan? Kung ang gusto nyong pagsilbihan ay yung mga nagtatrabaho na may edad 25 to 35, okay, gusto nyo silang pagsilbihan. Alright? You are now doing the demographic segmentation. Okay, gusto mo siyang pagsilbihan. What's next? Alamin mo kung ano ang gusto nila. Ano yung pains? Ano yung struggle na kanilang nararamdaman? Kasi kadalasan, opportunity comes from a problem. What do these 10 to 35 years, 25 to 35 years old really looking for? Ano ba yung gusto nila? So kung ang question is how to identify the right segment of the market, well, definitely you have to ask yourself first, which segment would I like to serve? Sino ba ang gusto kong pagsilbihan? Yung mga kabataan? Yung mga middle age? Mga millennials ba? Kung sino? Matatanda ba? Sino ang gusto kong pagsilbihan? Kailangan mong i-identify yon para ma-tailor fit mo yung product na i-offer mo para sa kanila. Pag na-tailor fit mo yung product, tama na yung segment mo, tama yung produkto mo, hindi ka maliligaw. So perhaps the best question that I would probably say in here, before identifying the segment, you have to make sure first that you're able to identify sino ang gusto mong pagsilbihan. Then once you know that, that's the best way to identify the right segment. Kasi inalam mo kung sino mo yung pagsisilbihan mo. And by doing so, you are already segmenting the market through demographic aspect.
So the second question is, what is segmentation mix?
Okay, segmentation mix is a combination of different segmentation strategy. What does that mean? Because when you try to segmentize the market or divide the market, it's not enough that you have to divide them or you have to divide them by just geographically, demographically, psychographically, or behaviographically, or whatever segmentation strategy that you would like to use, or whatever ways that you wanted to divide your market. Just remember, under the behavioral segmentation, there's another things that you would consider there. Is the behavior of this, is this customers price sensitive? Because, say for example, you want to serve 25 to 35, male or female. Now, regardless of the gender. But of course, you have to look at their behavior as well. So what is the behavior of this 10 to 35? I mean 25 to 35. Do they have the same behavior? Maybe some of them are price sensitive, maybe some of them are not. Alright? Now you have to look at who is a brand sensitive, who is a price sensitive. And maybe there were some of them also service sensitive. So when you divide the market, when you try to identify really your market, if you really wanted to know if is that really your market, you have to use the mix. All right, you have to use the mix so that you would understand, like, where are they geographically, where are they, what are their age, demographically, what are their behavior, what are their lifestyle. So by just looking into it, you know where they are, you know what their age, you know their behavior, how to buy the product, and you know your lifestyle. Okay, let me give you an example. This I just always keep on saying this. Pure Foods, tender juicy has definitely an identified segment. So yung may kaya, yung behavior ay medyo okay, may pera ako, no, tender juicy bilhin ko. I have something I can afford to buy tender juicy. Alright? Now, Pure Foods would able to see that one. I mean, there were like people in the A and B or maybe C also can buy tender juicy. But there is a segment of the market who is price sensitive, but of the same age, maybe of the same households, but price sensitive. So cannot afford to buy Pure Foods, and it's looking at tender juicy and it's looking for an affordable one. So what Pure Foods did, if you try to go to the grocery, you will be able to see a Pure Foods product there, hot dog, but the price is not as pricey as tender juicy. All right, look at Star. If you look at Star, it's a bit lower in terms of price, but it's made by Pure Foods. If you try to look at it, so you're able to serve the higher segment in terms of lifestyle. Ito kasi tender juicy. Then yung mga price sensitive customers, I'm Pure Foods, and I have here available for this segment. Now, I was not able to just neglect this because there is a big market in this segment, and there is also a big market in this segment, and I cannot afford to lower down the price of tender juicy because it might affect my image. So I have to develop something that is Pure Foods to cater this market. Another one, Alaska condensada. The condensada one. It's a bit pricey, maybe a bit lower as compared to the other brand. But there were so many brands that had a much lower price than Alaska condensada. So what did Alaska do? They developed cowbell, which is a lower price. Now, cowbell is to cater a different segment of the market. Now, yung mga price sensitive. So the behavior now is different, but same age maybe, same household, same location, geographically, demographically, in terms of income are different. There were some that have a higher income, some are not. Behavior in terms of behaviors, the others are brand sensitive, the others are not. They're just like price sensitive. So am I able to identify the right market? Am I able to identify my customers? Yes. You are trying to segmentize them and offer a product that fits to them, and that would work. Because if you're not going to do that, this cheaper product than what you are offering will just getting the market here, and you were not able to get it. Why? Because you're quite expensive. So why not develop something that would cater this? All right. So that's what actually I'm looking now in a hospital as well. Are they segmentized? Yes. Now, if you look at the hospital, the private hospitals, So there's like the different type of rooms that is being offered. So if you have money, you can get the better room. So you know what segment is being offered in the deluxe or higher types of room. Then there is like, a middle class room, and then there's a ward. No, that will definitely cater those who cannot afford the bigger rooms or the expensive room. But of course, why are these hospitals are not, just have all of these luxury rooms instead of like, offering a ward? Because there is market there. Okay, there were people who would like to avail your service, but only can afford this. All right. So even a hospital, there's a segmentation. No, you are segmented it. Oh, because if you have no good funds, then you have to go there. Then if you have like middle and the upper end, then and just look at it. Simply try to analyze it. Try to check it. So that's actually how segmentation is being done.
Number 3, what
Mhm.
is an offering and how to develop an offering?
Okay, an offering is the product that is being offered in the market. Okay. If there's a 4 P's, like they get 4 P's in action. P1P there is product, and that's the offering. So why is it like called offering? So it's being called an offering because if you try to talk about offering, you are going to develop not just a simple product. No, you are going to develop an offering that is exactly needed by the market. Okay, that's what we call offering. No, it's an actual product that you wanted to be available and you wanted to provide it to your customer. Okay, that's what we call offering. It's the actual product itself. All right, and the word offering kasi there is something special on it. So what you have to offer is something special as well. Why it's something special? Because that product is being developed according to the needs of the customer. Kailangan yung produktong i-develop mo according to the needs of the customer. So ano ibig sabihin nun? You provide product with value. So now it becomes the so-called offering. You have to offer something special. Okay? Yeah.
Next is, what is CVP?
CVP. That's actually customer value proposition. So we talk about customer value proposition. It's knowing what really the customers need. It's very important in developing an offering because the CVP. Let me put it this illustration. In my right hand, this is customer, and this customer having an issue. Their job, the customer's job, is looking for a product that would answer their needs, that would answer the pain that they are looking for. I mean, that they are experiencing. I'm sorry. And they are actually thinking of like, how could I gain it? What are the benefits that I could be getting? Let's say, for example, this is an example. When you try, if there's no pandemic, um, going to school for those who do like using a public utility, you have to, the pain that you're experiencing is like the pain of waiting a tricycle, the pain of waiting for a jeepney to ride, or maybe the pain of like what we call this riding, no, getting into the LRT or MRT. Those are the pains that you're getting for the customer. Now, for the that's the pain, no? So what the customer's job is like the waiting time, the time that you are going to bang each other to just get right with the LRT, get right with the jeepney. So that's your job. That's the actually the customers were doing. And the pains there is like, of course, what would you get? What would you get of like waiting extra time, waiting so long in the line. So those are the pains. So what are you gains? What are you wishing for? Ano yung hinahanap mo? Sana man lang may paraan na maibsan itong lahat. Yun yung mga hinahanap ng customers. So ikaw ngayon si company, paano mo ipoprovide yung mga bagay na gusto niya? Paano mo solusyonan yung mga bagay na pinoproblema ni customer? So it's like what customers needs and what you can provide. Yun yung customer value proposition, CVP. No? Like say for example, in a particular area, in your area, halimbawa lang, lahat kayo dyan gustong umahilig sa barbecue. Halimbawa lang sa area, all of you, mahilig sa barbecue. But there is no barbecue in your place. So, since mahilig kayo lahat, your job now is to like take a ride for maybe 2 rides, 1 ride, to just for you to be able to buy barbecue. If you have your own car, you have to drive, you have to spend for your gasoline just to get the barbecue. So that's the pain in the area. The job in the area of the job of the people in the area is like, you really have to do extra effort just to take barbecue. That's your job. And the pain is like, you have to take a ride. You have to spend for a gasoline. What if it's raining? What if it's too hot in the afternoon? But you really love to eat barbecue. So those are the pains, and those are the things that the customers are experiencing. Now, the customers now is thinking, how I wish that there is someone who can offer a barbecue in our place. That's what the customer is looking. And here you are, maybe you're a company or not, after knowing what they need, then you can probably offer that in the place. Siguradong bibilhin ka, bakit? Kasi lahat sila dun sa area, yun ang problema eh. At sinagot mo yung kanilang problema. Prinobide mo yung barbecue na gusto nila, na hindi na nila kailangan bumiyahe ng malayo, take a ride, pay for the fare, pay for the gasoline, kasi you're there. You're available there. And all of the people in the area is the same as what one is feeling. The same as what others are experiencing. Then here comes you are. You do a pain reliever. What's your pain reliever? You offer barbecue. Okay, what you would gain from there? What would you gain? What the customers would gain pagka nag-offer ka? So hindi na siya mag-spend ng extra money para lang hanapin ka, may extra effort para makabili ng barbecue. Ikaw naman, dahil nag-offer ka ng barbecue, ang gains mo naman doon is of course profit. Kasi sigurado kang bibilhin ka nila, needs nila yun eh. So their job is to travel, your job is to provide the product. Para hindi na sila magta-travel, para yung pains is mawala na. Dahil nirelieve mo na yung pain, you offer the product. So that's the best thing, that's the good thing of understanding a customer value proposition in producing an offerings.
The last question is, what is PLC? Why is it important? And any strategies needed in every stages?
Wow. PLC, it's a product life cycle. So, PLC, or in the product life cycle, maybe all of you are familiar with different steps. I have discussed this one, that introduction stage, the growth stage, the maturity stage, and the decline stage. In some other book, you would probably see saturation before decline. Now, that is PLC is a product, it's the life cycle of the product. Now, let me go to the next question. Why is it important? Any strategies? Yes, there is. In every stage of the life cycle, marketers should do something special just to make sure that the product will become successful. Now, well, anyways, if you do the customer value proposition, and if you follow the stages of new product development process, which is to generate an idea down to commercialization, you would be able to be sure that the product that you offer will become successful. Why? Yun yung need ng customer eh. You ask them already, and they say that, hey, this is what we need. Now, during the introduction stage, usually, when you read the book, this like, put some heavy advertisement and promotions. Now, it's quite expensive. But if you look at it, there is a lot of product available in the market, but you can't find it in a television. Walang advertisement. Walang billboards. Nothing. Okay? Some other companies, they tend not to use so much advertising. Some of them resort to the so-called market testing. Provide samples, provide free products. Let the market taste your product. Test marketing, tinatawag nila. Now, when doing test marketing, and if the customer or the market accepts it, why you have to advertise? So you can use the strategy of the test marketing. Test the market first. If you could go to some grocery stores, you'd able to see, some products there that are, They try to give you like free noodles, free coffee, sometimes it's liquor, free taste, hot dog, something like that. Because the good thing with it is the customers will have an actual taste of the product. Now, if they like it, they will respond to it. Hahanapin nila yan. So, pag hinanap nila yan, bumili sila, natikman nila lalong masarap, magkukwento yan dun sa kapitbahay, may bagong produkto, masarap. So, why need to advertise? Maybe you can save your money by just doing such. So, advertising is not the only option that you can do. Maybe you do some, but not that heavy. Even your product is just in the introduction stage. You could find a strategy that is not that expensive. Lalo na sa television, masyadong mahal. Okay? So, that's the introduction stage. You need to let the market know. By just having a test marketing strategy, you're able to let the market know, plus the fact that the market have an actual taste of your product. And make sure when you test the market, make sure that the product is available. Because if the customer will taste it and they love it, and then when they go to the store, they can't find it, it doesn't make sense. Because the moment that they can find it, it can just easily be forgotten. Because your product is not right there. Like say for example, you tease the market, you do some advertisement, halimbawa na-advertise ka, yung pala hindi ka pa available. Steve Jobs doesn't really need loves that. Ayaw niya nung magpo-promote ka, maglalabas ka ng tapos pagdating ng tao sa market, hindi available yung product. Ayaw niya ng ganun. What he always wanted is like when he says something that this product is available, that this product is lagi lang sinasabi niya, this product of mine is what you need. Whether you're a student, whether you're a working individual, whether you have a business, this is what you need. Then if you look at the market, it's there. I'm not sure, but for based on my experience, when I see the advertisement of Lifebuoy, and I go to the grocery and then I don't see Lifebuoy, then that frustrates me. But you already offer a very heavy advertisement. Just for the people to know what Lifebuoy is. So during introduction, making sure that if you inform the market about your product, making sure that it's available. It's available. Maybe it's not a full-blown commercialization, but at least you're available. That's during the introduction stage. Now, in the growth stage, you're actually getting the gist of the market. You're actually getting the market, and your profit is, sales is slowly going up. Then do not stay where you are. The next thing that you have to do in the growth stage is to make sure that you have to expand your market. Now, what you have to do is do the market development strategy. What is market development strategy? So, if you are opening the market in Marikina or the product in Marikina, then you are slowly getting the sales in Marikina, then go somewhere else. Expand your horizon, expand your market. Develop the market in some place. So that your share not just being focused in Marikina. You're also offering your product in some other place. So during growth stage, slowly, you have to expand the market. No? Para, kung sa Marikina ka lang kasi, sandali lang yung growth mo. Madali mo masaturate yung market dyan. So, go somewhere else. Para yung tao, saan man sila magpunta, they will able to see your product. Minsan napapansin mo, natikman mo yung product sa probinsya, di mo natikman sa Maynila. Tapos nasarapan ka, hinahanap mo sa Maynila, di mo na mahanap. So sayang naman yung opportunity ng kumpanya na yun na marami naghahanap. If you can just imagine before, ang Yema cake kasi available lang yan sa Laguna. No? Quezon, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's available in Quezon. Yema cake, doon yan, popular na popular yan. Rodillas, Yema cake. Doon lang yan. Then, whenever people go there, they buy Yema cake. But these people are not in that place. They're located in different places. Look at what happened. Okay, ang dami na nag-offer dito sa Maynila ng Yema cake. It's just suddenly become a business in some other areas. Bakit? Kasi hinahanap ng tao na tikman nila doon, masarap eh. And the Rodillas may not have the opportunity to expand. So may mga, I think it's si Gold Deluxe, meron na rin yata yung Yema cake. O si Si Red Ribbon, mayroon na rin yema cake. Di ba? Yan, di ba ko mahilig sa cake. But this is surprising. Why? Because it's just very popular in Quezon. But, you know, it's now available. Meron na rin nagbibenta na online. Kasi, people were able to taste in some place and the market, and for example, in Quezon, yung mga tao doon, medyo sawa na siguro sa yema cake, hindi mo na ma-expand yung iyong market share kasi sawa, saturated ka na eh. So what's next to do? Nandun ka sa growth stage, hinahanap na yung tao, expand. Do market development. Develop the other area para tuloy-tuloy yung pagtaas. That's market development strategy. During the growth stage. Pag na-develop mo na yung ibang market, packet ka ng packet, pupunta ka na dun sa maturity. Wala nang susunod dyan, kundi mag-saturate yan, bababa yung benta mo. Or, you might go to the decline stage, but do not wait until you go to the decline stage. So, pag nandun ka na sa maturity stage, what other businesses are doing, they have to use a different strategy. Yung tinatawag nilang innovation. Or product, they use by using the product innovation charter. So, product development strategy naman ang gagawin mo. Or product innovation strategy pagdating mo doon sa tuktok. I-innovate mo, i-improve mo yung product mo. Para yung pananabik ng customer sa'yo, hindi mawawala. Nandoon lang palagi. No, dati, kailan lang, the other day, nakapanood ako sa TV, no? Alam ko, matagal na itong ginagawa, pero kahapon ko lang na-realize ng gusto, no, when I was able to watch, yung develop improvement na ginawa nila sa malagkit, no? Nilagyan nila ng yema sa taas. No? Siguro matagal na yan, some are offering it, pero may market na hindi pa nakatikim, so, mabenta siya. No? Pinakita siya sa TV in such a way. So, dito, pag nandun ka na sa maturity, huwag mo hayaang pupunta ka sa decline. Hayaan mong manatili ka sa growth or maturity. Kaya you have to innovate. No? Kaya yung strategy gawa ng product innovation charter or product innovation strategy. You have to improve. Para pag in-improve mo yan, yung pananabik ng customer, ay may bago na naman. Uy, pinaganda niya. Hindi ka babagsak. Look at phone. Lahat na ng tao may phone eh. Pero bakit mabenta pa rin siya? Bakit nag-i-improve pa rin yung kanyang modelo? Kasi ang tao, laging nananabik, laging naghahanap ng bago. No? Tingnan mo si iPhone, mukha ng Mickey Mouse yung kanyang camera, tatlo-tatlo na butas. Yung si Samsung, apat-apat na yata yung camera. Si Huawei, ganun din, or all of them. No? So, it's like, how important the innovation is. Because you just keep yung pananabik ng customer doon sa produkto mo. That's the most important thing. They will always look for something new. Ganon din naman si Apple, yung customer ni Apple. Ganon din, they always look for an innovation. They always look for an improvement. Not just Apple, even Samsung, even other like Vivo, Huawei. Customers are just, looking for something new. Nandun yung pananabik. Kaya tingnan mo sila, halos, hindi yata yearly, every 6 months yata, may bago sila dun sa kanilang phone. Because, alam mo na, pag nasa growth stage ka, pag hindi ka nag-i-innovate, hindi ka nag-i-improve, babagsak ka doon sa decline, mawawala. Look at Nokia, what happened. So, before they were part of the top 10 or top 5 in terms of global brand, look at Nokia now. Where are they? So, that's the issue. So, once you are in the growth stage, in the maturity stage, do not let your product goes to the decline stage. Nandun ka para sa maturity, think of an innovation. So, strategy na gagamitin mo dyan, product innovation strategy using the product innovation charter. Okay? Sorry. And you will actually learn that once you have your product management subject. I think next term, you will have that one. Okay? Any other question?
None.
I think I have no other questions there. Actually, I just collate all of this just to explain it and to clarify each and every areas that is commonly asked by the students. So maybe watch for the next video once I will be collecting again some other possible questions that the students are going to ask. Okay? For today, thank you so much. Have a nice day. See you in the next video.